Chairperson of the National Council, Your Lordship Peter Shivote, Chief Justice, and Madam Judge Shivote, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers, Members of Parliament, Your Excellencies, Member of Diplomatic Corps, Comrade Sophia Shaningwa, Secretary General of Swapo Party, Leader of the Official Opposition Party in Parliament, Honorable Venani and Madam Venani. All leaders of opposition party present, fellow regional governors present here, distinguished service chiefs, members of Namibian Defense Force, police, correctional services, Honorable Chairperson of Oshikoto Regional Council, and the other chairpersons of regional councils present here, regional and local authority councillors present, esteemed veterans of liberation struggle, Hoab Emmanuel Tatekuru, Chairman of the Council of Traditional Leaders, Tatonkwanirwa Washitunda Shandonga of Ondonga Traditional Authority, and the other traditional leaders present here. Reverend Comrade Linekerashikulo of the Evangelical Parish here in Omuthiya, all our respected religious, traditional, and the community leaders present here, distinguished invited guests, members of media, fellow Namibians, good morning. I wish to start by expressing our sincere thanks to His Excellency, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, President of the Republic of Namibia, for directing that the Heroes Day 2024 be commemorated here in Oshikoto region under the theme, honoring our martyrs, heroes and the heroines. In the same breath, I would like also to express my gratitude to His Excellency, late Dr. Hage Geingob. May his soul continues rest in peace. For organizing the remembrance in Omuthiya last year, despite the fact that it was unable to happen for understandable reasons. On that note, Your Excellency, Comrade President, and on behalf of the people of this region of Oshikoto, it is my profound privilege and honor to welcome you all to the 34th Heroes Day commemoration after independence in Omuthiya constituency of Oshikoto region. To our entire national and international guests, members of public, and everyone present here, thank you very much for honoring our invitation. I welcome all of you to Oshikoto region as we remember the heroes and the heroines of our motherland who offered their sweat, blood, and life to attain the freedom we are all enjoying today. A special welcome to our heroes and the heroines, and the veterans of the liberation struggle present here today, and those that are not here. Words cannot fully express our gratitude and appreciation for their contribution you have made, my dear comrades. We enjoy the fruits of this country. It's because of you we salute and honor all of you, my dear comrades. Your Excellency, Comrade President, fellow Namibians, today, the 26th August, is a joyous and important day for all of us as one nation, as one people. We remember what happened on this day in 1966 at Omugulugwoombwashe. The first shots were fired. Hundreds of our people were killed, massacred, tortured, and imprisoned for their freedom and independence of this land, our motherland, Namibia. Therefore, we are gathered here to revere our heroes and the heroines because they are the exemplars of love and devotion to our country, Namibia. This event is an indication that Namibians from different tribes, religions, races, and cultures together will not forget where we come from. We are where we are today because of the nobility of our heroes to end suffering in our country. At the same time, Comrade President, I wish to inform the nation that we should not only remember every 26th August as a Heroes' Day, but let it be more meaningful by celebrating or commemorating on our Heroes' Day every day, then just routine commemorations every year. Your Excellency, sir, this day is the source of our national liberation, heritage. As Namibians, we are all expected to protect and strengthen our independence and dignity through vigilance, perseverance. Let us all, at any time and in any place, embrace patriotism, accomplishment, and the hard-earned independence. Our government of the Republic of Namibia, on the other hand, continues to maintain peace and stability by defending the nation against negative forces through its various law enforcement institutions. Comrade President, fellow Namibians, on this 34th commemoration of a Heroes' Day after independence, allow me, Comrade President, to call on our young ones, young people, to grow up with appreciation for their heritage. I urge you to stop, think, and ask yourselves what legacy you want to continue with. Commit yourself to activities that contribute toward achieving the long-term dreams, because you are the hope and our future. Many of our heroes are still living, but they are getting older. So do not wait until the last minute to obtain knowledge, advice, and the teaching from them. Do it now, it is the time. To our heroes and the heroines, we are aging. But let us transmit the history before God comes and take us. Let us publish books whenever possible, hold events to enlighten our younger generation of what happened during the War of Liberation struggle, so that they can pass it on to their children and let the history continues. Fellow Namibians, let us continue to respect our heroes and the heroines, because without their sacrifices and the struggle they fought, we would not be in Namibia what we have today. Let us also continue to be united as one Namibia, one nation, as we go forward together. Stand up together. Stand up against anything that will jeopardize our independence and spread the blessings of freedom for all Namibian people. On that note, I welcome you all to Oshikoto Region Omuthiya Wipundi constituency. On this day, Heroes Day commemoration 2024, and wish you all wonderful commemoration. Once again, happy Heroes Day, and I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Comrade Governor, for welcoming us. We all now feel at home. Are we feeling at home? Yes, I think that tent is feeling at home. But that one I can't hear. Are you feeling at home? That tent, maybe they can't hear me. But the tent behind me has acknowledged, but not too well. Are we feeling at home? Thank you very much. Now, I would like to give the floor to the cultural troupe that is in front of us to just add to the feelings that we are feeling well, having been welcomed by our governor. Colleagues, can you take the challenge? Thank you. Everything is in your hands. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give them a big hand. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, dear invited or guests, comrades, I now have a very single honor to invite a very special person to come to the podium to come and invite another special person to address us. The special person I'm going to invite now is Comrade, Her Excellency Comrade Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, the Vice President of the Republic of Namibia and the Vice President of the SWAPO Party. And I believe you understand me when I say the Vice President of the SWAPO Party. You understand what I'm saying? Comrade Vice President, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Comrade Franz Akapofi, the Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs and our Director of Ceremonies, for giving me the floor. Your Excellency, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, President of the Republic of Namibia, and Commander-in-Chief of the Namibia Defense Force, and Madame Mbumba, our First Lady, may I kindly ask you, Your Excellency, that you allow me to stand on the protocol as established by our Director of Ceremony while recognizing His Royal Highness Onkwanirwa Washitunda Shandonga. Director of Ceremonies, August is a very special month in Namibia. Special in the sense that it's one of that month where many of our leaders were born. I'm referring specifically to the founder of the SWAPO, Comrade Andimba Toyo Atoibo. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Also, it's in the same month that our second president and our third and fourth president were born. And one of our former prime minister, Komena Sangula, was also born on this month. And for me to make up, I decided to marry on this month. Director of Ceremonies, August 26 is a historical and memorable day in our country. As Namibians, we rededicated ourselves to the noble ideals of freedom, unity, justice, and peace. Those are the idols for which the martyrs of our revolutions decided to take up arms and embark upon a prolonged armed struggle and faced all kinds of challenges, including paying their highest sacrifice with their precious lives. As we are gathered here today to commemorate this historical day, we have amongst our midst heroes and heroines who have played important role during our struggle and have to endure difficult journeys towards this freedom. I therefore have a distinct honor to introduce to you one of those heroes, a person who has actively participated and contributed to the realization of our genuine freedom and independence. The person I'm going to introduce today is not a stranger in this region. He was just born there in Olukonda and left Namibia for exile in 1965 in order to join other SWAPO members to fight for our independence. His route to search for Namibia's independence was one of the difficult ones. Himself being here, and Comrade Nahas can testify to this particular route. When you see the young people going to an unknown distance, however, they were so committed and determined to make sure that when they come back, they will report to the Namibian people that they did not left in vain. To travel from Oshikoto, going to Zambia via the Kavango east and west, with all the jungles and all the wild animals, it was not easy. But for young people who has nothing to lose, but rather to gain, when your country is independent, this hero, who is going to be our main speaker today, has made it. And that's why we are here today to celebrate their heroic deeds. Director of Ceremonies, this same hero, he made a significant contribution to the academic preparations for Namibians when they come back to Namibia in order to serve our people to the best of their abilities. He did so when he served as the Director of Education in Kwanza Sul, southern Angola. When he returned from exile in 1989 to participate in the UN supervised election, he also served in the office of the SWAPO Director of Election, who was then Dr. or Comrade Hage Godfrey Genkop. May his soul rest in eternal peace. In 1990, he served as the first Secretary to Cabinet in independent Namibia. The strong public service we are having today is what came from his hands. Little we knew that that public service that he was preparing, it was going to save him in his capacity as the President of our Republic. He was later appointed to serve as Chief Executive Officer and Joint Administrator for the integration of Walvis Bay and the offshore islands into Namibia, to the point that he is more a Walvis Bay than being Oshikoto resident, because he really served so many days there, conducting different meetings, very intricate diplomatic engagements, but due to his well-prepared and due to himself knowing what he really wants for Namibia, he succeeded. And today, Walvis Bay is integrated into Namibia, thanks to his vision. After his successful integrating Walvis Bay into Namibia, he has been identified and served in different ministries. This includes the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Rural Development, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and the Ministry of Safety and Security. Director of Ceremonies, there is nothing rewarding and the best preparation for a politician when you are to serve in different ministerial positions, as this will make you to understand the government and what the people of the country wants. And our keynote speaker is one of those. He even served as a Secretary General of SWAPO Party. And then later, in 2018, he was appointed as the Vice President. Director of Ceremonies, national heroes are defined as people who are selflessly, courageously, and noble. I therefore believe I am speaking on behalf of all Namibians when I say that one of the most heroic acts by our keynote speaker today is when, on the 4th February 2024, one of the darkest days in our nation's history, he took up the greatest challenge to steer this country as it is fourth president, making Namibia a shining example of peace, stability, and a strong democracy. I knew that was not easy, because to take up such a heavy responsibility from a person who's closer to you, he was more a family person than anything, and a friend and a comrade. But because of that courageous and the noble deed, we see where we are today. As the Proverb 24:04 says, and I quote, "A king who governs with justice makes his country strong." The leader we are having today is governing our country with justice, and definitely he is making our country strong. May I kindly ask you to stand and join me as I invite our keynote speaker to the podium. Comrades, Your Excellency, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, President of the Republic of Namibia, the Namibian nation all over the country are ready to listen to your address. You are welcome, Comrade President.
Please let us take our seats. Our Director of Proceedings, Honorable Franz Kapofi, Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Your Excellency, Comrade Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, and my good friend, General Epaphras Denga Ndaitwah, Honorable John Mutorwa, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works and Transport, Honorable Lucas Sinimbo Muha, Chairperson of the National Council, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers, Honorable Members of Parliament, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Secretary General of the SWAPO Party, Comrade Sophia Nahango Shaningwa, leaders of political parties here present, Honorable Pendaya Dakolo, Governor of Oshikoto region, all regional governors, distinguished service chiefs, Your Worship, Johannes Deutepo, Mayor of our town, Omuthiya, Honorable Regional and Local Authority Councillors, esteemed veterans of the liberation struggle. I have seen Ben Amadila here yesterday. I'm sure he will be here with us. I have seen the citizen Mitiri Nazangula. He is also not far away from here. Memependukeni Ivula Itana, former Minister of Justice, doing justice to the history of Namibia, and former Minister of Home Affairs. Gaub Emmanuel Gasep, Chairman of the Council of Traditional Leaders. Onkwanirwa Philemon Shumba Nangolo of the Ondonga Traditional Authority, and I want you all to note the name Nangolo in that connection. Same root. The Reverend Linekera Shikulo of Elsin Parish, Omuthiya. I wonder, somebody from Shikulo named his son Linekela, and now the son of Shikulo is a reverend pastor. My goodness. What a contradiction. The Shikulo used to be just fighters, fighting in the bush there. Now they are the reverends, teaching us the words of God. All our respected religious, traditional, and community leaders here present, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, fellow Namibians. Yeah, it's still morning. Good morning, Omuthiya. Good morning, Oshikoto. Good morning, Namibia. I think it will be an injustice on my part if I don't recognize some people, even if they are not here, but this is their country in the stem from their hard work. First, among everybody else, Dr. Sam Shafishuna Nuyoma, our president. Second, Dr. Ifike Punye Pohamba. The middle name, I cannot mention it, otherwise I will be in trouble. our second president. Wherever they are here, wherever they are following what we are doing here. We remember our third president, His Excellency Dr. Hage Gottfried Geinkop. We miss him. We will always miss him, but we promise to keep moving on. I have mentioned some of the veterans and the veterans of the liberation struggle. This is your day. It is not our day. It is not the day of those who are speaking. It is not the day of those who are cooking and enjoying food. It is in memory of those who fought, those who sacrificed their lives for us to be independent, for Namibia to be free. The honors, the glories belong to them. Without struggle, there is no freedom. Without struggle, there is no gain. There is no progress, and there is no development. On this significant day, we have gathered here in this vibrant town of Omuthiya to pay tribute to and salute those gallant sons and daughters who participated and fought in Namibia's struggle for independence. Their exploits in pursuit of freedom and independence encapsulate valor, selflessness, and sacrifice. These are the heroes and heroines of the land of the brave, who have eternally etched their names in the annals of Namibia's history. Their awe-inspiring narratives and legacies will stand the test of time as beacons of hope to be revered and celebrated by generations of Namibians now to come. We are here today to once again underline the significance of August 26. It is as much a celebration as it is a commemoration of the day when Namibia freedom fighters crossed the point of no return in the fight for independence and freedom. Fellow Namibians, the road that led Namibia's self-determination was based on the principle of Pan-Africanism, solidarity, and liberty. The origins of Pan-Africanism are rooted in the struggles against the scourges of slavery, racism, and colonialism. It was this innate drive of the African people to fight for freedom and dignity that inspired the heroic people of Namibia to engage the enemy in armed struggle with the assistance of solidarity of like-minded comrades and people from the frontline states, from Cuba, from Russia, from China, from Algeria, from the Nordic countries, and above all, encapsulated in the United Nations, and many, many other countries. I cannot mention all of them. Indeed, the pivotal Omugulugwoombwashe on August 26, 58 years ago, can be traced back to the struggle by heroic Namibians against colonial invasion and oppression. Brave leaders such as Captain Hendrik Witbooi, Paramount Chief Samuel Maharero, Chief Ipumbu Yashirongo, Chief Mandume Andemfao, Chief Nehale Jampingana, and others laid the standard of our primary resistance against colonialism by confronting German colonial forces head-on in brutal battles which resulted in horrific genocide of the Herero and Nama communities of Namibia during 1904-1908. The exploits of these great Namibian heroes were emulated nearly half a century later by heroes and heroines such as Comrade Sam Nujoma, Andimba Toivo ya Toivo, Ifike Punye Pohamba, Peter Enias Nanyemba, Hage Gottfried Geinkop, Mekuru Putuse Apollos, Moses Garweb, Moses Chitendero, Dave Nyangurungunda Ausiku, Brendan Kangongolo Simbaye, Peter Mweshihange, Nathaniel Mahwiridi, Eliasel Kahumba, Tuhadeleni, Tobias Hainyeko, Dimu Hamambo, Johnny Aoto Nankudu, and Anna Kakurukade Mungunda, among many, many others. Together with the thousands of their compatriots, they decided that, come what may, Namibians would have to become their own liberators by confronting the brutal apartheid enemy in a long and bitter armed struggle. Thus, our patriotic duty as free Namibians is to remember those brave men and women who sacrificed greatly for our freedom. All of us, our freedom. We should never forget those who ensured that we replace colonial oppression with democracy, that we replace forced labor with workers' rights, that end racial hatred with reconciliation and nation building. It is our history and our fight for freedom in the face of adversity and adversity which make us a proud nation built on sacrosanct principle of liberty, unity, and justice. Fellow Namibians, our country has been free for the past 34 years. Yes, there is still a lot of work to be done to ensure that each can benefit from the worthy sacrifices of those who came before us. But we should also recognize that we have made some progress in such a short period of time. Our hard-won freedom has enabled us to establish a nation that is founded on principles of democracy, the rule of law, and justice for all. For the past 34 years, we have honored the legacy of our heroes and heroines by formulating an institutional framework necessary for representative democratic governance. Our unitary state is comprised of central, regional, and local authority governments and is deemed to be inclusive as it brings government closer to the people, thereby fostering unity, peace, and stability. As an example, just a few weeks ago, I was in Choreographed in the Kunene region, where I held meeting with leaders of traditional authorities, which was also attended by members at all levels of our government, local, regional, and national. This meeting lasted for 4 hours and was conducted in amicable atmosphere. In all regions that I have visited so far, I have engaged in such meetings. This is the essence of participatory democracy in an independent and sovereign nation, where citizens live in peace and harmony. This is the Namibia we have built together and must continue to develop for the benefit of all our people. For these reasons, we should treasure our stability and peace, and we should ensure that our resources are utilized in a sustainable manner for the benefit of all our citizens. Together, as a united, peaceful, and organized people, we will successfully defend our territorial integrity and resources. I was proud to inspect the Guard of Honor. I look at my shoes, and it was marching in not in a professional way that we usually march, but in the sand of Omuthiya. And I said to myself, this is how they started. There were no people with good uniforms. Nobody had medal. There was none of this beautiful, nice headdress. It was just the will to fight and the will to liberate. And therefore, we, the citizens of Namibia, must be proud that we have an army, an air force, and a navy. That's of the liberation of the country, not organize things from towns. We must respect them because on them we depend for the defense of the motherland. And if you have no defenders, then you have no country. Those who challenge our authorities, those who challenge our history, then they do not know where they come from, and they will never know where they are going. They are lost kids. Those who gave life and blood and sweat. It was not a joke. Now we are coming here with cars. You think they had cars? Let the Spirit not take over. For these reasons, we should treasure our stability and peace, and we should ensure that our resources, I think I have read that already. Government is well aware that there is an urgent need to create wealth and job opportunities for all Namibians. Most significantly, for the 70% of our population, which is made up of young people, the youth. We have said several times, or I have said several times, that we should be in a hurry to develop and grow our economy for each and every Namibian citizen to benefit. The citizens, too, must proactively empower themselves through education and training to acquire skills to participate in the second struggle for economic freedom. In recent years, we have made good progress to develop green economy for export of green hydrogen. Equally, the discovery of oil and gas in the offshore Orange Basin and potential development of the Kudu gas field is set to propel Namibia to becoming a major oil and gas producer in sub-Saharan Africa. Not just in Namibia, but in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. This will unlock many business opportunities for our people. The future holds much promise for our country, Namibia. But there are also obstacles which we have to overcome for us to arrive at the gates of prosperity. At present, we are facing a devastating drought that is affecting every region across the entire country. We cannot ignore it. We cannot escape it. As a result, we must just face it together. To this extent, government has announced drought relief assistance, and this has been rolled out countrywide. However, I have received disturbing reports of deaths attributed to malnutrition, especially among children from some of our regions, and have subsequently assigned the Office of the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister to look into this matter and take whatever necessary measures required to address the drought and hunger situation in our country. Fellow Namibians, we have important task of continuing with our democratic legacy. That in itself imposes a responsibility on all of us. In this vein, I thank those eligible voters that have just registered to vote in the November 27th presidential and National Assembly elections. Thank you for registering. But the bigger thing comes when you have voted, and I cannot tell you how to vote. Vote, vote, and vote again. It is the patriotic duty of all of us to do so. Please go and vote in a peaceful manner, without fear and without any form of intimidation. In so doing, you will contribute to the legacy of peaceful and democratic Namibia, which of the Namibian Constitution have bequeathed upon us. On this August 26, let us commemorate our struggle for independence and celebrate, reminding ourselves that our freedom did not come on a silver platter. It was a struggle. We honor those who defended their motherland by choosing to fight, paying the ultimate price for their country's freedom, giving up their lives. We honor those who suffered imprisonment and torture on Robben Islands and other prisons under the brutal apartheid South African regime. We honor those who had to leave their loved ones and homes to go into exile in search of better education and to fight. We honor the masses of our compatriots who remained on the home front and faced the brutality of apartheid. This includes our workers, our students, our teachers, nurses, culminating in the victory during the great battle of Kwitokwana Valley. Many of them gave their lives so that Namibians too could be free. Namibia is now free. People behave towards other countries and towards other nations. His Excellency, Comrade Samnioma, and the second president, Comrade Hifikepunye Pohamba, and my late brother and third president of Dr. Hage Godfrey Geinkop, we thank them for their visionary leadership, both pre and post-independence. Their great wisdom and guidance has enabled Namibians to unite into one nation and set us on the course towards prosperity. We remain deeply grateful to them all and will diligently continue to follow and honor their footsteps. Long live the memory of Namibia's heroes and heroines. Live the veterans of the National Liberation Movement. Long live the Republic of Namibia. And I thank you very much.
The clapping of hands, it's now just starting. Let's now give that other one. Thank you, that one. Thank you. Oh, please. Thank you very much, Comrade President, for the statement that indeed fits the day. Indeed, their memories will be revered and celebrated. Comrade President, it was indeed a bitter struggle. We are going to watch the performance of what we call a choreograph. They are just coming now, and let us welcome them with a very big hand as they approach. It's a big troop, and I expect beautiful things to happen here today. You know, they are marching like soldiers, 5 meters in between.
the day we now celebrate as Heroes' Day in recognition all our heroes and heroines throughout our history. The bravery of the Namibian people against oppressors can be traced back to the 1800s and was characterized by bravery and sacrifice. This resistance was best summarized by Captain Hendrik Witbois' words of quote unquote.
Tita Hendrik Witbois nqanseta kerami chida sada ngquba qhambare oda niskosi until we die.
Let us die fighting. This fighting graduated from regional and ethnic conflict to national consciousness, which endured through the early 1900s and was eloquently articulated through the likes of Oshikoto,
Gumaungire Othea Kutako, Birimba Ogurira, Ngutigiro, Namibia. Gatute amaturu, for unity and freedom.
Who spoke of the unity and freedom of Namibia.
Unity, freedom.
Edina janje ongameoto na hulu. Era akane jetuna hairwa sema okukonyera shilongo cha Namibia oposhima nguruke sigo aruhe forever and ever.
This was spearheaded under the revolutionary and unwavering leadership of Comrade Dioma, when our gallant commander, Donja Otto Nangutu, and his men were attacked at Omugulugwoombwashe by racist South African soldiers.
We remember.
We remember the bravery of these heroic patriots whose blood waters our freedom. The castle, the helicopters, the racism, and we say, never again. Join me, never again. Never again. Join me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Comrade President, our struggle was worth an effort. That is what the struggle was all about. To have the people of Namibia enjoying themselves, commemorating themselves everywhere, anywhere in Namibia. Thank you very much, the Choreographed. Let us give them a very resounding big hand. Thank you, thank you. Is Rashama ready?
Yes,
Rashama, where are you?
I am here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
But I can't hear you too well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, you have the floor, Rashama.
Okay. You see, some of us love this country so much, and we must all love this country. We do not need to be angry. All I'm saying, who knows it, feels it, without saying any too much, let us go. Give me volume. Tuthimulukwene singa, tuthimulukwene sowero, Shamfield, tuthimulukwene singa, yamwame me asilamo, omwene tamamboka, yasilo shili, omwene tamamboka, yasilo shili. Stop. Bring it again. Bring it again. You got to bring it again. I don't know whether it's the electricity or what, but we got to hear this song. Come again. Meme asilamo, silo shili, omwene tamba mboka, ya silo shili, tuli, yeah. Tuli puleni nawa, tuli, yeah. Tuli puleni nawa. cannot dance. Oh, Tuli, 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 yeah. Tuli, Puleni. Tuli, Puleni, now what? Oh, Tuli, 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 yeah. Tuli, Puleni, now what? Oh, Tuli, 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 yeah, yeah. Now Tuli, Puleni, now what? What one ninga seek, what one ninga seek, yeah. What one ninga seek, yeah. Tuli, me to, yeah, ne, Otenga, oh, viwai. Otenga, oh, viwai, I. Otenga, oh, viwai. Amama tele ya gali. Oh, 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 yeah, no, Paula, I'm talking of Kasingai. Talking about somewhere on Shantville. Talking of Kasingai, where my mama, my papa died. I'm talking of Kasingai. I'm talking about somewhere. When the time I'm Yasilo. Who knows it? Who knows it? Always feels it. Who knows it? Always feels it. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Inotila. One more song. One more song. Oh my gosh. Inotila. Kumbe kanje. Shasino mongure tango talipiti okuza kuziro juga kuningi ninobu tabiza kumbugantu juga kumbanga yemeno abo shokero shaire shaire. Shokero shaire shaire mia soy iveto mahodituro mwenyo mombiti skambaduba Urlora mosi. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. My friend, it would no kutenda no nyothima wira ya sei penduka tareru yuni
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rash. Thank you, Rash Yama. Thank you. Let's give him a very big hand. Thank you very much. You reminded us of those days. Thank you. After the choreograph and the Rash Yama, I don't know what Ndrimani has in store. But Ndrimani, it's your turn now to give us that one shot that you have prepared for this occasion. You have only one slot. You must prepare the best one for yourself, best one that you have in store for this occasion. Because if you don't give it, don't get it, you don't give it, you don't get that chance anymore today. That is your chance, Ndrimani. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ndirimani. Indeed, you were naming them, mentioning them. Those who have gone with that time, our heroes and heroines. The struggle was bitter. It was long. It took a lot of lives of our people. The next will be the mayor of the town of Omuthiya. His Worship, Mr. Johannes Ndeutepo, who will come to give us a vote of thanks. Comrade Mayor, the floor is yours. Let's welcome the mayor. He's our host. Yes, a big hand for the mayor.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Your Excellency, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, President of the Republic of Namibia, and Madam Mbumba, our First Lady. Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwa, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, and Lieutenant General Ndaitwa, Tatonkwanirwa, Oshilongo shetu sha Ndonga, Tate Shumbwa Nangolo. Allow me to stand by the protocol as already established. My role is to extend a vote of thanks, and I'm truly honored to do so on behalf of the residents of Omuthiya, the inhabitants of Oshikoto, and indeed the Namibian citizenry. I would like to first and foremost thank the Almighty for having made this day the day which we can enjoy, which we celebrate our heroes and heroines who have made so much sacrifice for the betterment and for the establishment of our great nation. Allow me to thank His Excellency, the President, for having directed that this year's celebrations of our Heroes Day be held in Omuthiya. We are extremely grateful, Your Excellency, and feel very proud. Omuthiya is home to many, many heroes, especially those heroes of our liberation. I see a large number of our war veterans present here today. Your Excellency, if not the majority, will just be below the majority of them are residents of our great Oshikoto region or of Omuthiya constituency. the address made by Your Excellency, I could not appreciate it more. As they are, and this is what we should be very thankful for, those few, and when I say few, it's in comparison to the numbers that came to celebrate here today, that feels that days like this are not important. And Your Excellency just underlined that if you do not know your history or where you're coming from, you will never know where you are going. A nation is established, the foundation is there. It's now up to us who are in the energy today to build on that foundation. Now, if you cannot see the foundation, I don't know what you are going to build on. So let's appreciate the good deeds and sacrifices of others so that we can emulate the same. Fellow Namibians, let me thank our leadership for organizing very well this event, together with all those that took part in organizing this event in our beautiful town of Omuthiya, a town that was recently established post the independence of our motherland. I would like to thank government leaders present here today, from the higher and lower houses of parliament, leaders of our regions, our governors, our regional councils, local authority leaders present here today who traveled from different regions and local authorities to come and celebrate this day with us, wherein it's carried by the theme of honoring our martyrs. And I have no doubt that we will continue to produce more heroes and heroines in our great nation. Let me also thank all the men and women in uniform, some of whom were parading in front of us today, a beautiful parade and a demonstration of our pride and strength of our great nation. Allow me also to thank our brothers and sisters, our friends indeed, who have stood by us and continue to support us in our national activities from different countries, who made the effort to travel to Omuthiya. Some of them probably the first time. Yes, there exists a beautiful town in Omuthiya, in Oshikoto region, and it's the capital. Thank you for coming. Our traditional leaders, thank you for making your way to Omuthiya. our veterans, as it was said here, this is your day. Today we celebrate you. We celebrate your effort and your sweat and your sacrifice to ensure that a young person like me can stand at this podium today with many, many cameras and an NDF brass band before me and the president behind me and talk like a boss. So we celebrate you today, our veterans. Give yourself a round of applause. To our residents of Omuthiya and Oshikoto, and all Namibians that have made sure to come here today, and those that are following us on the channels provided, we thank you for your commitment, for your belief in our nation building, and we wish you and thank you for a very joyous Heroes Day and a prosperous Namibia into the future. Our members of the media, we can't thank you enough, as you are the informers of our citizenry, the educators, as you broadcast these messages that we give to the public to ensure that our citizenry is well informed and not misled by those that do not know where they come from. I will not do justice if I do not thank the Master of Ceremony, who I think so far, I don't know what's going to happen next, has managed to run this program very well and efficiently. And I think will continue to do so till the end. Let me also thank all the performance groups or individuals who made our day very entertaining. Thank you very much. Omuthiya will remain profoundly grateful for this event, as it will leave a lasting legacy to our newly established town. I do not think I have to leave the podium without thanking myself for having thanked everybody. I thank you.
Director of Proceedings, Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, I have the simplest job today, and that is to make the following announcement. You are all invited for lunch, which will be served at the stadium as follows. The tent behind me, you will be served as you are leaving the tent at the gate where you entered from. The veterans on my left.
And with that, we have come to the end of today's program. Thank you so much for joining us for this special Heroes Day broadcast live from Omuthiya, the capital of the Oshikoto region. It has been a day filled with reflection, remembrance, and celebration as we've honored the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for Namibia's freedom. We were privileged to witness the keynote address delivered by His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, the President, reminding us of the enduring legacy of our heroes and heroines. As we gathered under the theme honoring our martyrs, the presence of the Oshikoto Regional Governor, Pendayanda Kolo, and the former freedom fighters in attendance truly emphasized the importance of remembering our past while looking forward to a brighter future. Let us carry the spirit of Heroes Day with us as we move forward using the hashtag Heroes Day Namibia and hashtag Heroes Day 2024 to keep the conversation alive and honor our nation's martyrs. I am Depewa Ambabi. It's been an honor bringing you this live broadcast. Remember to stay connected with NBC through our platforms on TV, radio, and the NBC Plus app. Thank you so much for being with us today, and may the spirit of our heroes continue to inspire us.
For the youth and the elderly, they will be saved at the gates where they entered the place where we are. This is the short announcement I had to make. I thank you.
Your Excellency, Comrade President, we are coming to the end of our program. I would just like to request that as we depart from here, we should follow the order as it is in our program. You see the program of the departure of dignitaries. I believe everyone has access to this program, and in particular, the tent behind me, to follow that order of our departure. May I now request all of you, Your Excellency, and everyone present to rise for the national anthems.